Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be giving an update on BKYI, including in latest news, how it's going to play, technical analysis. If you would like to see my other video, which has the full DD as well on previous before this one, it's in the description below, but watch this one first so you can get the latest updates. Make sure to drop a like on this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So here on technical analysis, you get to see one of the first good news that you get to see is that the MACD, even though it got an offering and that kind of pushed it towards the negative side, it's curving upwards, and that's a positive trend indication. Now, momentum seems to be a little bit sloppy, not a lot of momentum going on here. It's almost stable. The stock is still considered oversold, a little bit inching towards neutral, not overbought yet. Average directional index here is sitting in around 36.58. But it hasn't moved much ever since, sometime around the 21st. So not a lot of indication there on the average directional index. Now, when we're looking in the late on the moving averages, it's not clear here, so we're gonna go with the numbers here quickly. 30 EMA is above 10 SMA, and that's due to an offering. 50 SMA and the 200 SMA is just above the price. Now, it is almost breaking the 200 SMA, and that would be considered bullish. Once it crosses the 50 SMA, that will be a confirmed bullish. So going on towards the 1 hour interval here, what we get to see is an indication towards a positive MACD that might continue as well to the morning. A little bit of an increase in price. It has crossed the 50 SMA in the extended market. That is as well bullish. Although the extended market does not hold a lot of credibility for me. 30 EMA and the 10 SMA are touching, which is a bullish sign. The stock price is sitting in around 0.77 for the 200 SMA, and that price, once it crosses there, it's confirmed to be bullish. Now, in the willing percent R, it's considered oversold in the extended market, but still overbought in the extended market, but still oversold during the day, inching towards neutral. Average directional index shows a sloppy trend here, and the momentum seems to be very weak in the last 2 days. Now, a lot of these technical indicators get broken when an offering is made, so I'll cut this one a little bit of slack here. So moving on, you get to see the moving averages here. The stock price is trading in the lower band of the moving average the moving average band, and it has potential to still jump on. You get to see this one has treated this moving band pretty nicely. So what we're probably seeing is somewhere very closer to here. Not a lot of movement happened that would consider it to completely break that trend off. So the Fibonacci retracements here on this one is a little bit tricky. So what I went is 100% towards this resistance, and then it just elevated 161.8 to this resistance here, somewhere around there. And this one follows really nicely. So the current support for this stock is sitting in really close around 0.68 around 0.68. The next resistance is around 0.71, and then the Fibonacci resistance sits this one around 0.73. And then another resistance, traditional and Fibonacci, is around 0.81. And now we're looking as well around 0.81. And then following that is around 0.85 on the traditional, and then 0.87 Fibonacci. Now, the current resistance as well, there's one around 0.73, 74. So as soon as it reaches 72 to 75, it really starts to struggle. And I've seen that over here. I did trade it. I did buy it somewhere, I believe, around here, and I did sell it somewhere, I believe, around here, and it did still see a massive jump as well after that. So that's a good move there. Now going on towards trends, what I can see is that it's actually accumulating right now. It had two nice jumps, right? This one here, and then it dipped a little, and then nice one. So this is more of a W, but it's more of accumulation zone here. So that looks good to me. In terms of trends, it has broken that trend. Trends are a little bit different for each stock. It really is more off following this trend here that was formed on the 23rd. It has broken though this massive uptrend due to their offering, which is expected. Now when it comes towards earnings, there's two earnings that are supposed to come based on my broker. None of them are confirmed, but before pre-market on August 14th, it says that quarter 1 is due and quarter 2 is due on the 12th of August. So I'm not sure, something looks a little bit weird there, but I'll consider the earnings for the 12th. So that would be in my mind 12 after market. There is yet a PR to be released, although to confirmed when the earnings are. In terms of institutional buy-ins, it's been silent since the 15th. Basically, company here bought a few here around 250. This one got rid of 100. Yeah, so not a lot of things happening in terms of institutional ownerships. And here I just reloaded. Yep. So 15th and 14th is the last things. Now, this, of course, they did have the offering before around 0.65 combined price. It did jump above that, and it's currently above that right now. It raised $24.8 million. And that actually got it to gain compliance for the equity part. So let me just read it here for you. On July 10th, 2020, our plan to regain compliance with the stockholder equity. Oh, sorry. It's actually, I'm just going to read it quickly beyond that. Reports from the 10K from last year ended December 31st, 2019. The company did not have a minimum compliance of $2.5 million in stockholder equities for continued listing on NASDAQ. On July 10th, 2020, our plan to regain compliance with the stockholder equity requirement previously submitted to NASDAQ was accepted, and NASDAQ granted us extension of 180 calendar days from the date of the notice, November 6, 2020, for us to provide evidence of compliance. As previously reported on the current report on Form 8K filed in company on July 23rd, the company completed an underwritten public offering pursuant which it sold shares of common stock, pre-funded warrants, and warrants purchase of common stock pursuant to an underwritten agreement, and received net cash proceeds of $22.8 million. Approximately $4.2 million of outstanding convertible notes. The company has been advised that NASDAQ will continue to monitor the company's ongoing compliance with the stockholder, but they basically believe that it has satisfied compliance with the stockholder equity requirements. So in terms of the equity, they have gained compliance there, so that's good news, and that could be as well a reason why it as well jumped up a little. This is here another form. This one is for the 8K. It's very much similar to just support the one that I was just talking about. Not new news coming in out of this one, except perhaps the earnings coming in a little bit on this closer to the second week of August. This one has as well a lot of contracts as well, from what I hear, in Africa. Something related to millions of dollars in contracts, so there might be as well other PRs there. Of course, you got to be patient. This is only if you're investing in terms of that. You can't just these contracts could be anytime from Monday to hear PR on, all the way to something like next year. So you got to be patient if you're considering that. I know there's a lot of people looking into this one and saying, hey, and they're partners with Microsoft. That information has been out there. So that's not new things that are coming in. And from my understanding is basically this kind of partnership with Windows 10, basically, and the BioAPI as a launch partner to support Windows 10 new biometric authentication sign-in option. That's all good news and all, but that's way priced in. A lot of people know this. I don't believe anyone who have looked up this company hasn't seen Microsoft and looked into it, because it just pops up right up. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. And just before I forget, almost did. How would I trade this stock? Quickly here, moving on. I'll definitely wait for it to accumulate a little. I want it to accumulate. I want it to continue to test that 0.67 support again. If it tests that 0.67 again, I'll jump in, and you can easily sell at 0.72. I know it's kind of almost considered penny flipping. A lot of people are a little bit upset about hearing that, but it's 7.5%, and its gains are gains. So I would definitely consider jumping in at 0.67 again, considering selling at 0.72, and then once it crosses there, I'll put my stop limiter on there and see it a little bit climb, perhaps to all the way to 0.8 and above. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and you have a wonderful day.